All right, let question and answer begin. Once I get a table, I pull up the questions on my nifty cell phone, and then it'll begin. I'm gonna use this sawbuck as my table. I feel like it's more formal if I have something here. Okay? That's why I need something. My table is under the tarp in the yurt. See that big green thing? That's not a couch. Although it'd be pretty cool if I had a couch in there. Just a tarp covering up some, we'll get to that in 1 second. This lighting's terrible. And I want this to be high quality for you guys. Okay, now I think we're good. I don't know if we're good. I think we're good. Is that any better? There's a lot of room behind me, and this is why we're gonna start in this position. We'll adjust it in a little bit. So first, again, welcome to question and answer. I'm excited to have this back. Second, the reason that I have this yurt and it looks like this behind me is this thing stays up year round. I've had this up now for 4 years, 5 years, 5 years. I never take it down. The roof, probably once a year, needs a good scrubbing. This year though, I'm gonna power wash it. This ain't gonna work. I'm gonna power wash it and put some sealant and stuff on it. I don't know what kind of sealant, probably just some kind of spray, something, just to protect it a little bit more so it lasts 5 more years. So I just wanted to show you that. All right. Now, a large part of question and answer is just me rambling on. So if you're really looking for a skill video, this is something different than that. You're not gonna get that on this channel on this episode. And with that, just a few public service announcements from Coalcracker himself. First off, thanks to all the new subscribers. We just broke 80,000, super pumped, 100,000, here we come. So I'm super excited about that. Thank you everybody for the support over the years. It has been great. And I owe it all to you for supporting me. It's awesome to be able to do this for a living. Second thing, I feel like I have to address this with question and answer specifically, because when I add any kind of humor into my videos, such as recently the fake skit of me sleeping on underwear, people legitimately get upset that they're like, who would ever do that? I'm following you and that's the stupidest thing I've ever seen. It's called a little bit of humor. This is full of humor. Some dry humor, some a little bit wetter, I guess you would say. But anyway, this is supposed to be fun. Like a little bit of laughing, guys. You gotta loosen up a little bit. If you are just not into that, again, this probably is not gonna be the best episode for you. The other thing that I did want to address before people start complaining, there's like a little core group of complainers that I literally am just blocking at this point. If I put a video out, I try to put the best video I can out with the best information I can, and it's how I do something, not every way to do something. So you don't have to go on and fight with other people in the comments. You don't have to tell me how I'm an idiot and I could do stuff better. Make your own channel and do it that way. So we cleared the airway of that. So don't leave complaints down in the bottom of, oh, you maybe used a word of profanity, or we don't like that you're saying this or that. Well, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Thank you to everybody else who likes it, and there's a lot of yous. A lot. All right, I'm literally done ranting. Let's get on to some questions. So again, I know I'm gonna keep referencing this because I feel like it's back and there's so many new subscribers, people don't know what's going on here. What I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna pull up comments from last week's video and read them, answer them. Some of them are gonna be ridiculous. Some are gonna be literally good bushcraft questions. Either way, I think we'll have a fun time with it. We're gonna try to do, I usually bring paper, but this is gonna be a little bit different. Okay. Let's see, how do we do this? Wow, a lot of comments. I just keep scrolling. If I don't get to your comment, I apologize. We might get to it in a future video. You can always leave a comment in the bottom for this video, for the next one. They just keep going on. Holy camole. A lot of people excited it's back. What the hell took me so long? You know, I think creating YouTube videos and making different content, sometimes it just gets boring for the person, and that is my case with question and answer. When I was doing it, I was sort of just repeating the same questions over and over with people, and although it was fun and I know a lot of people liked it, for me it was just like the same thing. So I thought I had to take a break for a little bit and kick it back off, and then once I get going with it and get back in the groove here a little bit, it's gonna just be that much better. All right, I promise questions now. Did you hear they found freshwater jellyfish in Locust Lake? What are your thoughts on this? Complete crock of crap or what? They're going, make Van Linsky eat one. Okay, so I didn't hear, did I hear that? I feel like I did hear that. I didn't, is that even a real thing? I don't know. I have no idea about that. But I will ask, there are some gems of park rangers over there. Majority are good, and I appreciate what they do, but there are one in specific. He's a psychopath. I don't even know if he works there, but I'm gonna ask him. I'll ask him about the killer jellyfish when I'm over there. What is your favorite thing to use in the woods when you forget toilet paper? I normally never carry toilet paper with me unless it's like a longer type of trip. Mullein, I use ferns a lot. I don't know, ferns. I literally just grab, like, I would demonstrate it, but that's probably not. Let me grab a fern. Like this. Ugh. Like this, that kind of fern. They're everywhere. So it's quick, here, 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 wipe your butt, in, bury, whew, gone. Bugs, I know this time of the year they're not so bad. They are biting me as we speak. This question is now off the table. Can't take it. You look like you're on crack. Thanks, that's a great comment to leave. The beer I had for breakfast wasn't so bad, so I had one more for dessert. Attaboy. Do a video about something serious. That's every video except this one. And I leave this, I guarantee somebody's right now in the comments like, that was a stupid video, thumbs down, thumbs down. Are you ever gonna do any more video with Townsend's? They just hit 1 million subscribers, congrats, that was awesome. I don't think for right now, it depends on what direction they're headed. I talk to them once in a while and tell them if they ever need anything, get a hold of me, and we'll do some more videos. I had a great time doing it. I think as they do their little segments of stuff, if they get back around to like wilderness skills, they'll probably give me a buzz. I think it was a good turnout. Are snakes a big issue there? No, not at all. So this one's a long one, but they're basically saying that they're from Pennsylvania and it's hard to find a place to do all this stuff, and I totally agree with that. They do say in their comments that they, like, what about outside of having private property to do it on? And that's really, you're gonna have to find somebody who has property that allows you to go on. Don't just trespass, because trespassing is ignorant and rude, so don't do that. But find somebody who has some property and see if they let you have a little section to utilize for this. I mean, you know, for how much people think you destroy everything as a bushcrafter, if you manage your camp appropriately, I mean, you're gonna see where you maybe had your lean-to because there's extra leaves, or you cut a couple saplings down. But even when I cut saplings, if you walk around my woods here, even after all the classes coming through and stuff, it doesn't look demolished. I mean, we pick and choose very wisely what we cut, and we try not to be wasteful. Unlike the sapling video that I made, the sapling carrier, and people were like, you killed the sapling. Meanwhile, every video I do has to do with wood, and I'm burning wood or cutting wood, and they never say anything. But cut a sapling down, it's gonna die anyway because it's surrounded by monster trees. World's gonna end. I don't have my traps ready to go. Linkless Tennessee, that guy's been following me. I think he was like my 3rd subscriber, and he's still leaving good comments, good serious questions. Unfortunately, I don't have my traps ready yet this year. I've been so busy with my business. I haven't had much time to get out to prep for hunting. I didn't get out hunting yet, and I don't have my traps ready. But as I was cleaning out the yurt, which we'll talk about why it looks like this in a, we did talk about that. I'm losing my mind. I have a ton of traps here that we used at the Bushman class last year. So I'm gonna get that stuff ready here in the future, and we'll be good to go. Meanwhile, somebody's also now leaving a comment about that I should die because I trap. Okay. Until, this is the best, a raccoon was mauling somebody's cat, and the lady who was like, I should die, and Dan V should die because we trap and we're losers, screaming at him, kill, 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 kill the raccoon and chop off its head. This is what happens with people when stuff doesn't go their way then. Okay. Disappointed. I thought this was going to be a real question and answer. Turns out to be a 5-minute promo. You can do better. George, literally, I have to like tell people like, hey, this is what's happening. This is what's up. Where am I supposed to get questions from? George, come on. Biker gang, are we still accepting new members? Yep. Just send your application to Dan Van Linsky. He'll take care of all of them. What size pack do you use for a day pack? Short trip pack, 50 liter, 90, I don't honestly know what liter size it was. And I was recently just looking at a backpack company and I was trying to figure out like what size I would need. I have no idea, to be honest with you. I use that Filson backpack. That is an expensive backpack. It fits everything that I would need minus my wool blanket. So I have a tarp in there, I have a gum blanket. I should do another video on that, but I have a lot of good stuff in there. So I just put my wool blanket down on the bottom, but that pack literally, if I say, okay, I'm not gonna have a wool blanket, I'm dressed appropriate, I need a fire, a shelter, and something to lay on, just nothing to cover me with, that pack covers it. So I would say probably, I don't know, nothing too big overall. Sorry I couldn't answer that a little bit better. Does your wife participate in your bushcraft school? She helps me behind the scenes a lot. She's not actually here teaching classes or teaching curriculum, but she helps me a ton behind the scenes with everything, helps me prep stuff, works at the warehouse with me, so all that stuff. Pretty good. Thanks, Brooke. How do you make campfire bread? I have a whole series, Cooking with Coalcracker. We made bread, big hit. So many people all the time are giving me the thumbs up and messaging me that they love the bread. Where'd you get your bedroll straps? I made them and we're gonna have them on the website soon. I'm making them. They are very tedious to make. They're very time consuming to make. I just get big sheets of leather and I do everything from cutting the strap to punch the holes, and it's all by hand and it is somewhat of a nightmare. But they're really nice when they're done, so they should be within the next week or two. If I want to be instructor at your school, how old would I have to be? I'm just 14, Zion Honeycutt. So I do get this question a lot. We get a lot of emails about people coming and being instructors. The first thing I tell them all the time is that they need to come and take some courses, because that does a couple things for us. Number one, it lets us see them in action. You could tell me all you want that you are top, high level, super expert, ninja skilled bushcrafter, survivalist, but until I see you actually here performing with stuff, I can't really make that decision. So you have to come to some classes, let us see how you perform, and then as you do that, we usually have people come back and just help out, get wood, do this, do that. We let them teach one or two things and we evaluate that, because just because you can do something doesn't mean that you can teach something. And that's not a stab or anything at anybody, but you could be the best in the world, but you also got to be a good teacher and be able to relay that information. So you got to have all that. So you really have to come out and take some classes. Got any tricks for concealing your scent when hunting or just stalking animals? I think I smell pretty woodsy all the time. I don't wear cologne. I just put enough deodorant on and I'm fine. I did buy that deodorant like a year ago. That was like the scent-free hunt stuff at Walmart or something. And I don't know if that makes a difference or not. Most of my woods clothes, like especially for hunting, my outer layers and stuff, I don't wash that stuff like ever. So I just like hang it up with all my other wood stuff and it smells outdoorsy, fiery, and pretty natural. Have you ever heard of anyone or anywhere that having a white handle or white inlay on your bushcraft knife is only for master bushcrafters? That is not, I've never heard that. I don't think that's accurate. Now I'm gonna make sure that all the knives I have a white handle though. Favorite sports teams? I would probably say the Philadelphia teams because I'm like closest to that region. But I don't watch sports ever. Like, I can't even tell you. The only thing I ever watch is usually Super Bowl because I get on one of those pools to win money. So I'm like, I want to win. That's it. I liked this video before it even started. Nick Taint. Tant. I don't know if I said your last name right. Thanks. Jim Shue, I heard a rumor that some drunk guy in the woods that you may be bringing back question and answer Wednesdays. Any truth to that? Well, Jim, are you drunk? Because that's what I said in the video and then you commented on it. Just kidding, buddy. Oh, this is a big one I get asked all the time. Yard sale versus survivalist. Dan and I went to a yard sale, we bought gear, then we were gonna go out with the gear. That was gonna happen. And then, in a fit of rage, because I was tripping over everything before I had the warehouse area, I threw a bunch of the stuff out. I just couldn't keep stepping over it. Everything is ruined. Do you ever have a weekend that former students can come to the camp, drink, and hang out? Will, you did that and you scared everybody off. What's up, Will and Rich? Miss you guys. Can you light a blue angel with a ferro rod? I don't even know what that means. Do you have classes at your school for disabled woodsmen? If you email us at info@coalcrackerbushcraft.com, we can help you out with that. You just shoot us an email. Two-part question, and I'm excited about this question because we just did a video on it. So two-part, do you carry an IFAC, and if so, what's in it? I do if I'm going out more remote, there's nothing around. Tourniquet, the gauze that when you rip open it like swells up massively. And then I also have a compression bandage with the gauze built in. I'm sorry I don't know the names of these things, but I'll tell you that. And then I have Quick Clot in there. Second part of this question is, do I carry a first aid kit into the woods? And I don't. And the reason for that is because most of the items I would have in a first aid kit would be Band-Aids or gauze or like what, ibuprofen or Tylenol or, I mean, a ACE bandage. So those things, most of that I can makeshift with the gear I carry in my bag anyway. And we just did a video on that about a cut on my thumb that was bleeding and how do I stop it. Now, there were some comments there that people were like, still enough room in that bag for a first aid kit. I would never do that. I'm not, if I'm home and in my garage and I cut my thumb, like I usually like super glue it or I like stick a piece of tape over it anyway. So for me personally, it's just, it's a waste of extra stuff. Now, you could take that however you want. If you're comfortable with a first aid kit, by all means carry that. I am not somebody who uses first aid items all that often, even when I'm home. So IFAC kit, yes, important. First aid kit, to me, not that important. I'll just tape myself up or bandage myself up however I can, depending on the situation. So that's just my thoughts about it. And again, you do whatever you guys like. I just put my opinion out there. You don't have to like it, dislike it, just, that's it. That's a good question though, Loretta. Herman Sr., Dan, I've been a subscriber for a long time, blah, 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 blah. Excited to really get to see your personality and come out of your shell. Do you ever wish you brought your personality to Patagonia with you? Just wondering. Here's what you need to remember about Patagonia Alone History Channel. That I calculated out how many minutes, because I filmed from when I woke up in the morning, I never turned the camera off. Like if I was taking a dump, I would just like turn the camera to even see my behind and still do that. And I talked a lot. They had a lot of production assistants on my films, they told me, watching, because I talked so much. And I was just doing what I needed to do just to grind on there, okay? So when I calculated out, it was something around like not even 1% of all the film I did is what ended up on this thing. So you need to realize there's more that went on there than what they show. And that goes for everybody. They're picking these little sections out of what fits a storyline, which is fine. And when you sign up for a show, I mean, you know that's gonna happen, but it's such a small percentage and then people don't relate that over. So I was there 51 days. I was filming about 14 hours a day. I just pulled that number off my head quick, but I was up more than 12 hours. So I'm gonna say 14 to 16 hours a day filming. Even sometimes I'd fall asleep with the camera facing me. So do that math and then figure overall, let's say I was on there an hour, okay, total through the whole season of footage of me. I mean, think about that. How many hours and minutes were gone? So it is crazy. So that's your answer there. I wasn't like a wild man there laughing and joking. I mean, I was a little bit, but it was for me, it was more of a serious thing because I do this and I want to see, how long can I go and what's going to happen to me and that kind. And I wasn't eating. I ate 9 fish. I ate 9 fish in all those days. So I was starving. So my thing was like, I got to get up. I got to get food, and I got to keep trying to get food. And can I get food? And back and forth and back and forth. Okay. Let's see. Eric Nay, Bigfoot bit, hilarious. I sub to a few Bushcraft channels. Most are all business, which is fine, but having a good laugh is great. See, Eric, you're the kind of guys I like. You can laugh a little bit and still get some good content out of everything. Because you're getting some education if you're worried or wondered about what I think about things by listening to this. But we can also be comical and tell people like, oh, you can give me a thumbs down, you're tough. You know what I mean. Okay. In regard to the Yuko candle, wondering if you had any thoughts or concerns on the side pack reflector. I never used that. I guess it works good. I never even used one, ever. That's not saying it doesn't work. It's just, I'd probably lose it or crush it. See, now Michael M, negative. Is question answer back for more than 4 episodes, or will you post a few times and then restart it again in like 5 months? Maybe I'll do 6 months this time, Michael. Unbelievable. How do you get the smoke smell out of your clothes when you're out in the bush? You don't. I don't know. You become immune to it. I remember when I was young, like little, maybe 9, 10, 11, 12, and I would go out camping and come home and I was like, oh my God, I stink so bad from the campfire. Like, I hate it. Like, wash, smell it in your hair. I can go out now for a whole weekend. I go home and I'm like, I smell fine. Like, now my wife would say different. If you reach 100,000 subscribers, you should give away a Y branch. Yeah, that would be a great idea. Headband and a Y branch. Would you suggest a fiberglass handle out of an axe or splitting maul? You know, I loved it. I'm sorry I keep going like this. The bugs are attacking my face. So here's the thing. I like wood because of, number one, the whole tradition part of that, and I like the traditional look of gear. I like the feel of wood in my handle. I think it operates better. I can also replace it in the field. There's all these different factors. At the end of the day though, if you get a fiberglass handle, it's not the end of the world. I mean, I've not seen any of those ever break, that they just like broke apart. I saw them shatter and crack and the axe was still usable. If you have an axe that has a fiberglass handle, it is not the end of the world. That is people online telling you, oh, you shouldn't have that because I'm the best bushcrafter on my couch. I'm the best one. I haven't been out since last Memorial Weekend. So don't listen to people. If you like the axe, use the axe. And I'm here to tell you, I'm in the woods all the time. I have a couple fiberglass axe handles in my barn that we use when we're doing field maintenance and stuff like that. They're fine. They work fine. Okay, if you want that more traditional look and a nice piece that you can probably pass on for generations to your kids, grandkids, whoever, get a good axe, have that as your bushcraft axe, and use all the other ones. But there's nothing wrong with that. With any kind of tool. You want to buy whatever. You like it, you use it. Don't listen to everybody else. Dan, it's time to make a couple jugs of Boilo. Will you be making any? Yeah, I will, Bob. Very soon. So I know when I'm grinding away because my camera never, like, it chops up the clips for some reason because the video clips are so long. So we've been going a while. That doesn't mean I'm done. Let's just, oh, we're almost done. Now, I didn't get everybody's comments. I apologize if I didn't get everybody's comments for the first one. I know we don't have any like skits here that I'm jumping off a high-rise building or taking sick jumps with my dirt bike or punching Dan in the throat, any of those things right now. Slowly getting back into it. You gotta realize, I have to also build up to this. I need to get back in that groove, okay? You can't take somebody who hasn't played hockey for 10 years, throw them on the ice, and expect them to just kill it. You gotta get back in the groove. I gotta get back in practice of this, guys and girls, kids, come on. So Craig Mooring has a big long talk about basically that he watched me and Wrangler Store rehaft a handle onto an axe head. We talked about giving it numerous coats of linseed oil. Why don't we just soak it in the linseed oil? And I mean, you can. I mean, that makes sense. Soak in linseed oil. That'll be fine. It'll absorb the oil and you'll be fine to go. And we're gonna finish off today with one of my favorite students. Now, I'm not gonna say favorite, but just, he's just a student, Jody Clocko. And my final question, do we realize each time that we sit around a campfire, it's epic? It's only our true connection to the beginning of man prehistoric thinking. Jody, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. And that's gonna wrap up right now today's question and answer. Sorry, no skits. Again, I am revving up. If this is new and this is the first time for you, as you can see, I like to add some sarcasm to stuff, but there is some good points here. I like to just get across what I've found and learned over the years of doing this. Some of my things that I used to really focus on have changed over the years, and now I can give you the quick down and dirty of what I experienced firsthand. I'm not trying to kill you with any other weird information. What stuff works for me and stuff that I found works, I'm gonna tell you, because that, at the end of the day, is what I love to do, is give you guys good information about the outdoors, so when you're outside, you can enjoy it better. So this was Dan Wallach, Coalcracker Bushcraft. First question and second question and answer. I don't know what the hell question and answer this is, but they'll get better from here on out. But this is great. People ask good questions, a couple idiots on here asking stupid questions that are getting blocked right after this. It is great. I love you guys. See you next week. Or probably tomorrow, because I have some videos already recorded. And I got to get the yurt back together. See ya. Peace.